Now on CoastTV News.
It's a yellow alert for high winds today. Winds could gust over 50 miles per hour, especially this morning. Secure those outdoor items. More on that, plus a much colder week ahead and still that snow that we're expecting later Wednesday and Thursday. Details coming up.
And we'll tell you how many homes are without power and when it is expected to be restored. And prepare for no takeoff. We'll tell you why thousands of flights are being canceled across the country. And deadly crash in Worcester County, the latest details from officials about the ongoing investigation.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Good morning and thank you for being up with us during our 6 o'clock hour. We are now taking a live look at the Bay Bridge. The Maryland Transportation Authority says full wind restrictions are in place. This means tractor box trailers with a weight less than 64,000 pounds cannot cross due to those high winds. And high winds were in effect last night. I heard them. My mom texted me, Bob. She was like, charge everything in case you lose power. So thanks, Mom, for looking out. But luckily, I did not lose power, Bob, but we need to be careful this morning.
We definitely need to be careful. I know at our house we also had the battery-powered lanterns going just in case the power went out, and it could have gone out with wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour. Those winds not as strong now, but still really howling 15, 25 miles per hour, gusting to 39 in Salisbury, 24 in Millsboro, over 30 at the beaches. So you really want to be careful out there, secure the outdoor items, drive with caution. We're seeing gusts at 35 in Georgetown, 48 in Baltimore, 35 in Cambridge, a gust of 33 in Ocean City. So that's enough to buffet you. So you really have to hang on to that steering wheel this morning out the door. It's cold. Temperatures in the mid 30s, and with the winds, it's feeling like 23 in Salisbury, 26 Ocean City, 29 in Rehoboth. So make sure you bundle up. As we're looking at mostly clear skies, those winds are howling because we have low pressure moving away to the northeast, high pressure building in from the west. So we have this, what's called a pressure gradient. Those winds just funneled in between. And we are seeing some snow showers across the mountains and then downwind of the lakes. We're not going to see flurries here, but definitely the wind and the cold. And we're right around freezing at 9 a.m. on Futurecast, but you see the multicolor arrows indicating the very strong winds, which should back off a little bit this afternoon. Around 38 at 3 o'clock in Millsboro, 38 in Lewis, 37 in Fenwick Island, but feeling much colder with the wind, and then clear and breezy this evening. Of course, today is President's Day. We remember all our presidents. It's a cold one, 39. Those wind gusts 42, maybe 60 miles per hour, but I think the heaviest gusts are behind us and feeling like 20s with the wind, so make sure you bundle up.
With the expected winter storm Wednesday into Thursday, all of the information you need to stay informed is on your screen right now. Make sure you tune into our radio stations, download our First Alert Weather app, and follow our live updates. We are your source for this winter event. And with all the wind, Delaware and Maryland are experiencing power outages, and as of last night, crews from Delaware Cooperative have restored power to nearly 2,300 customers so far. The good news is the company says there are no customers experiencing outages at this time, and Delmarva Power says there are no customers on the Eastern Shore experiencing any outages. However, there are over 100 outages in northern Delaware and at least 150 in Maryland. And the National Weather Service is sharing these tips when driving in high winds. Give large trucks and trailers extra space. Watch for downed tree branches and power lines that may have fallen into the roadway. And bridges and overpasses can be especially dangerous during high winds. And if you are driving today in Delaware and see a tree on the road, you can report them to DelDOT by calling #77. And in Maryland, there is a website with live updates on road closures as trees come down and are removed by MDOT. You can find that on chart.maryland.gov. And travelers at Newark International Airport in New Jersey are feeling the impacts of the weather. Sunday, thousands of flights were either delayed or canceled, and more than 8,000 flights have been delayed across the country on Sunday, with more than 1,300 cancellations. And happening today, DelDOT is announcing lane closures related to the ongoing Millsboro Bypass project. The agency says starting today, there will be nighttime lane closures on Route 113 near Oak Avenue. The closures take place between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. for the installation of underground pipes, and the closures are expected to finish on February 28th. And the Indian River School District is set to discuss their upcoming referendum. That referendum is looking for funding for operational costs and recruitment and retention of staff, and the district is holding 3 meetings where you can find out more information. The first is on March 3rd at Lord Baltimore Elementary, the second March 12th at Indian River High, and the third on the 13th at Sussex Central. Each meeting starts at 7 p.m. and the referendum vote is scheduled for March 20th. And the Georgetown Probation and Parole Office works often with local organizations to host re-entry events. People can sign up at these events and learn more about creating a resume and the job market. And the executive director of The Way Home says those seeking re-entry back into society aren't as different as some may think.
We're all the same. We all have strengths and weaknesses. And these individuals discovered that their strengths overcame their weaknesses. That's the truest legacy.
And you can visit CoastTV.com to learn more about these events. And the Maryland State Police are investigating a deadly crash in Worcester County that happened on Sunday morning. On your screen now is where officials say a 34-year-old man from Pocomoke City was killed when the Honda Accord he was in veered off of Route 113 near Blades Road and hit a tree. The driver was taken to the hospital with injuries, and investigators believe impairment may have been a factor. And we are now taking a live look at the White House, and Trump administration officials are still working to negotiate an end to the war in Ukraine. And according to sources, they are headed overseas to continue these efforts, while on the domestic front, the president begins mass firings, including employees with stellar performance reviews. As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, Trump aims to fulfill all of his campaign promises.
Top Trump officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, arriving in Saudi Arabia overnight for negotiations to end Russia's war on Ukraine. After his own trip around the Daytona 500 track, President Trump pressed about Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's role in the peace talks.
He will be involved, yes.
Zelensky indicating he has not been invited to this week's U.S.-Russia meetings, telling NBC's Meet the Press he will not accept any deal made without Ukraine.
Do you feel like you have a seat at the table right now?
I not only count on it, I'm sure that we have to be there, otherwise it's not acceptable.
Two U.S. officials tell NBC News the plan is for separate meetings with each country before bringing Russia and Ukraine together. While here at home, NBC News has learned an IRS employee affiliated with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency is expected to seek access to an IRS system housing sensitive taxpayer information. An administration official says the employee has appropriate security clearances and is looking for waste, fraud, and abuse. Over the weekend, hundreds of federal workers laid off, from the Centers for Disease Control to the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA, according to department spokespeople. And at the Transportation Department, NBC News obtained a termination letter telling dozens of probationary workers they were fired for poor performance, despite most being rated exceptional.
This is just Elon Musk trying to come in and break things for the sake of breaking them.
This country has made more progress in the last 3 weeks than it's made in the last 4 years.
Pushback and praise in the president's race to remake the government. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We still have a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today. Coming up, Canal Front Park progress. We'll tell you how Lewis officials say that new playground will be more accessible for all children. And Del.Dot Bridge Battle will tell you why one family says plans to fix a bridge is causing concern for their business. But first, Delmarva was no stranger to house fires this weekend, including this one in Salisbury. We'll tell you where the fire started and what officials say about the scene. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Ready to upgrade your drive? Visit buyatoyota.com or scan this QR code and start your journey today. Check out a Corolla, very affordable, with unmatched efficiency and tech that keeps up with you. Your new Corolla is waiting, with deals just a click away, like low 4.99% APR financing or lease across for just $299 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
dandelions, a bright yellow warning that now is the time for prevention because crabgrass and clover aren't far behind. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for nearly 30 years. From soil to trees, grass and weeds, Hillside's certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
Winter is here and it's time to stay cozy. But is your heating system ready to play its part? Don't roll the dice on comfort or safety. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating maintenance and safety inspection. We'll fine-tune your system so it's ready to tackle winter's chill. No sweat or shivers. With nearly 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Dedication, determination, and drive. That's what's needed to be a DSN Scholar Athlete, brought to you by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Each month, we'll award a $1,000 scholarship to a Delmarva senior that excels in the classroom and in sports.
They must have a B average or higher and a drive for good sportsmanship.
Nominate your champion today on the Features tab on DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
The DSN Scholar Athlete, sponsored by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
It is exactly 6:11 on this windy and cold Monday morning. Bay Health Cam, Milford, seeing a lot of blue skies, just a few clouds out there, and it's cold. Temperatures just above freezing now. And on top of that, it's windy. Winds sustained 15 to 25. Wow, 39 in Salisbury. That's their gust. So very strong winds. Those winds gusting over 40 miles per hour at times. And with the wind, it feels like 20. So make sure you bundle up out there. And for the kiddos at the bus stop, they're going to have to hold on to something to not blow over in the wind. Maybe mom or dad. 34, mostly sunny, very windy, very cold. And only 39 this afternoon, still windy. And with the wind, feeling like 20s for the kiddos.
Delaware State Fire Marshal will continue to investigate the cause of this house fire you see right here on your screen. Sunday afternoon, the Blades Volunteer Fire Company and other companies responded to this fire in Seaford. Units worked on the scene jointly to bring that fire under control. There's no word on any injuries that resulted from that fire. And Maryland officials will continue to investigate the cause of this house fire in Salisbury. Multiple fire units responded to that fire that broke out around 7 p.m. on Saturday night. According to the Salisbury Fire Department, that home off of Old Ocean City Road was found with smoke coming from all four of the sides of the house. And the Salisbury Fire Department says that fire started in the basement and spread to the first floor, and multiple departments responded to put out those flames. And workers at an Amazon warehouse in North Carolina voted against the chance to join a union. Only 1 in 4 who cast ballots wanted to form a union. And union supporters say Amazon is a multi-billion-dollar company and its workers deserve a better living. They were seeking a $30 an hour salary. And Southwest Airlines has officially launched its red-eye service. First announced in July, the airline landed its first regularly scheduled red-eye Friday morning. And right now, Southwest is offering 1 red-eye flight per day on 5 routes. And still ahead, Del.Dot Bridge battle. We'll tell you why one family says the timing couldn't be worse for one bridge improvement project.
It's a cold and windy Monday morning. 34 in Laurel, feeling much colder with those high winds, and those high winds have prompted a yellow alert today. Secure those outdoor items, drive with 2 hands on the wheel. A cold week ahead and watching for snow later Wednesday into Thursday. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
At Delaware Electric Cooperative, keeping the lights on is a team effort, and our team broke a reliability record in 2024. Members experienced a nearly 20% drop in outages, and our crews have never restored power faster. Our success is a result of dedicated engineers, careful planning, tree trimming, and the use of advanced technology that can self-heal power lines and equipment. And not only has co-op power never been more reliable, it's also the most affordable in the state of Delaware.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
The time is now 6:15 and we are taking a live look outside at Lewis this morning. And Bob, we're talking a lot about the wind. As we can't see anything right now, our camera isn't shaking, which maybe is a good sign. You said the winds were kind of slowing down a little bit, which is good, but just be cautious this morning if you go outside.
Absolutely, Elise. You know, those winds not howling nearly as much as yesterday when that cold front came through. We had winds 50 to 60 miles per hour. We had some property damage, trees down. The winds have backed off a little bit, but they're still strong. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app with your latest weather information. A great tool to have when we have active weather. Windy, winds gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour. And wind chills in the 20s today, actual temperatures in the 30s. So we had 60s yesterday, so goodbye to those. And we're looking at snow, maybe significant later Wednesday and Thursday, but the models are trending farther to the south, taking the heavier snow south. Well, what does that mean for us? Well, we'll take a look at that in just a second. 34 in Delmarva, 34 in Redden right now, 36 in Ocean City, 34 in Rehoboth. So temperatures just above freezing, and those strong winds making it feel, well, even colder. Sustained winds 15, 25, even 30 miles per hour. We're seeing gusts at 39 in Salisbury, 33 in Ocean City and Indian River Inlet. So most places gusting 20 to 40 miles per hour, even stronger, and feels like temperatures are down there, feeling like mid to upper 20s. So make sure you bundle yourself up and the kiddos this morning. It's a far cry from the mild weather that we had yesterday. As we're looking at mostly clear skies right now, I see these little spots of white. That's nothing to worry about. We're looking at a few snow flurries and snow showers across the mountains and downwind of the lakes. It's the wind between low pressure and high pressure building in. That's why it's so strong right now. And that Arctic high with the coldest air we've seen in some time across the plains and moving to the east. But we're watching the next system moving on to the California coast, and that's the one that could affect us as we go into later Wednesday and Thursday. But this morning, we're focusing on the cold and the wind. You can see the multicolor arrows indicating the strong winds, and we're seeing temperatures only near freezing at 9 o'clock, so much colder with the wind. By noon, mid-30s, sunshine, stay in the sun and out of the wind if you can. And by this afternoon, we're into the upper 30s, and then plummeting temperatures this evening. Winds do start to calm down, but it's still breezy, feeling like teens into the morning hours. And then Tuesday, very cold with highs only in the 30s. And then we move into Wednesday. We start to increase the clouds and we're down into the teens Wednesday morning. And then we start to see snow in some capacity into the afternoon hours. We're seeing gusty winds that are 35 to 40 miles per hour today, but they do start to calm down as we go through the overnight into Tuesday, but still breezy. We're talking about the Wednesday into Thursday storm. It's a possible high impact storm, possibly causing travel disruptions and closings. However, we're seeing the system tracking farther to the south. So the heavy snow we have over us now could very well sink farther to the south. Sometimes the models will go farther to the north with the next model run, other times south. But it looks like now the heavier snow could be southern Delmarva back into Virginia. We'll watch that. And here's the Europeans' model's take on it, with the heavier snow to the south, some snow getting into Salisbury and Sussex County Wednesday night, but it's kind of a glancing blow with the heaviest snow off to our south and east. So if that's the case, we're not looking at a crippling storm. Maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow across Sussex County, maybe 4 inches or more, and then maybe a half a foot or more southern tip of Delmarva. But as we're looking at things now, it definitely looks like not a crippling snowstorm. More on that as time goes by. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. It is President's Day. Will be a windy one, 39, 34 on Tuesday. And as of now, we do have a code red later Wednesday into Thursday for significant snow. That's worst case scenario. It may not be as bad as at least 6 inches. Could be less than that. 28 on Wednesday. It's going to be cold nonetheless. 30 on Thursday. Then Friday, sunshine, 38 degrees. And a cold 19 Saturday morning. A high of 40 Saturday, and then 44. Partly cloudy on Sunday as we're melting basically all of the snow.
Bob, and a state of emergency is in effect in parts of Virginia. As you can see on your screen, officials say this weekend's heavy rainfall caused serious flash flooding, which caused stranding some locals in their homes. And future upgrades in Frankfort is causing controversy. DelDOT plans to rehabilitate this bridge starting February 24th through mid-July. But as CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zippay shows us, owners of Bennett Orchards worries this will hurt them and the community as a whole.
Bennett Orchards is a 7th-generation farm that started after the Civil War and has made a staple in Frankfort as the place to go to pick peaches during the summertime. Hale Bennett says DelDOT's plans to repair a bridge on Route 20 closing down the road in front of their farm is causing a big worry among the family.
Farming is challenging enough. We deal with Mother Nature, we deal with diseases, impacts to our crop, a lot of things that are challenging for us that are out of our control. This shouldn't be something that we have to worry about.
DelDOT says it will rehabilitate this bridge between February 24th through mid-July. The agency plans to use that time to replace steel strips and slabs, milling and overlaying the concrete deck, repairing the underside of the deck and substructure, and finishing it off with cleaning and painting all the concrete and structural steel. Bennett says he understands why DelDOT wants to rehabilitate the 40-year-old bridge, but worries it's bad for his business and believes the timing couldn't be worse for everyone in the community.
The Indian River High School is a mile down the road. This is going to be a major inconvenience and a major issue for their busing. Other local businesses on this road are also going to be impacted. There's a detour that routes through a residential community on the edge of Frankfort. Those roads aren't designed to handle that much summer beach traffic.
Bennett hopes DelDOT reconsiders its plans before they close down the bridge, at least for the time frame. I'm Kevin Zippay in Frankfort, CoastTV News.
Up next on CoastTV News today, Canal Front Park progress will tell you when Lewis officials say construction is expected to be complete on this new playground. Don't go anywhere.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
For 150 years, Ocean City, Maryland has been somewhere to smile about. From our beautiful beaches to our iconic boardwalk, we've been creating memories that last a lifetime, whether you're chasing the perfect wave, a hole-in-one, or a sunset stroll. Celebrate our 150th anniversary with 150 days of celebrations, special events, and deals all year long. Book now and save in 2025 at ococean.com/150. Ocean City, Maryland, somewhere to smile about.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
It's the President's Day sale too big for just one store. February 13th through the 21st at Donaway Furniture in Ocean City, Bethany Resort Furnishings in Bethany, and the new Home Living by Donaway in West OC. Save store-wide on in-stock and custom items. Get 10% off any purchase, 15% off purchases of $19.99 or more, and 20% off $49.99 or more. And as always, veterans and active duty military, law enforcement, and first responders get an additional 5% off. See you there.
Playground plans are in full swing at Canal Front Park in Lewis. The replacement for the children's playground is estimated to cost almost $500,000. Grant money from Denmark would fund up to $22,000 in the total cost, and the city is responsible for the rest. The children's playground was knocked down back in October, but now construction for a replacement is underway. And the city says this new playground is going to be wheelchair accessible.
I don't know if other older adults, if that's what they want to see the money invested in. It was a fully functioning playground before, but I know a lot of areas, we have friends that they have kids that are very mobility hindered in some ways, and I think it would be nice to have something like that.
The city says one way this new playground will have safety surfacing instead of mulch like the old one, and there will also be a wheelchair accessible merry-go-round. The construction is expected to be complete in the springtime. And we move to celebrating Black History Month on the coast. The Rehoboth Beach Black American Film Festival is back for its 5th year. This will run from February 21st through the 23rd at the Cinema Arts Theater in Lewis. And the festival will showcase award-winning films, and receptions will start at 6 p.m. this Friday. And Bob, we've been talking a lot about the wind, and if you're going to the beach today, oof, wow, you're a brave soul, because it's not, the cold's okay, it's really the wind.
You ever walk in strong winds and you have to lean into the wind and then you let up, and it could be that kind of a day at the beaches. We do have a gale warning Delaware Bay for the Atlantic Ocean and inland bays as well. Those winds over 50 miles per hour. I'm sure not too many boaters out today. Assateague and Chincoteague, windy and cold, 30s to around 40 degrees for you, and waves around 3 to 6 feet. And then up the coast, Fenwick Island and Ocean City, windy and cold with upper 30s. At least we'll see lots of sunshine this afternoon. On the Bayside, 39 in Cambridge today, 34 on Tuesday. Then that snow chance later Wednesday, very cold, only 28. And then Crisfield, similar conditions, windy today. Then that snow chance on Wednesday. As of now, not looking like a crippling snowstorm, but definitely some accumulating snow. We'll talk about that. Have much more in your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on CoastTV News today, Sussex Correctional Institute in Georgetown, a place you wouldn't expect positive change, but a series of workshops is doing just that. And bird flu breakthrough will tell you why there could be hope in fighting the bird flu across the country. And outages on Delmarva will tell you what you need to know about where crews are working right now. CoastTV News today will be right back.
Are you looking to transform your mobile home? Choosing a company that doesn't know the difference between a manufactured and a stick-built home can lead to major repairs in the future. At Delaware Mobile Home Repair, we work exclusively with manufactured homes. So whether you need your bathroom remodeled, new roofing, siding, or any other restoration or renovation on your mobile home, the team at Delaware Mobile Home Repair will get the job done right. Visit our website today and start your free estimate with Delaware Mobile Home Repair.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
You're good. I have your lunchbox. Yes,
Mornings can be a bit hectic. But what if your morning is just easier? At Wawa, it is. With everything you need to get your day moving.
Hi. Have a good one.
All we ask is that you hold the door. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Just one final touch, and then I'm ready.
Hey, what are you doing?
What do you think? You're the only one excited for the Better Living Expo at the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center?
February 22nd and 23rd. There will be experts on hand to answer questions about remodeling, landscaping, pet training, and more. Plus, arts and crafts and live animals for the kids.
Get in line, Mike.
Join us for the Better Living Expo at the Wycomico Civic Center, February 22nd and 23rd.
Now on CoastTV News.
It is a yellow alert for high winds today. Winds could gust over 50 miles per hour this morning. Secure your outdoor items. More on that, plus much colder this week and a possible snowstorm Wednesday into Thursday. Details coming up.
Winds are being felt across the coast. We'll tell you how many homes are currently without power. And battling the ongoing bird flu crisis, the latest about a vaccine that could stop the spread. And preparing for your work week commute, we'll tell you about closures in Millsboro that begin today.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Good morning and thank you for joining us here for CoastTV News Today. We are taking a live look outside at the Bay Bridge that is pretty busy right now. And the Maryland Transportation Authority says full wind restrictions are in place. This means that tractor box trailers with a weight less than 64,000 pounds cannot cross due to those high winds. And Bob, this morning, if you're going for a nice morning walk, you might want to delay it a little bit later because those winds they're difficult to battle.
I would think so, or make sure you brace yourself, too, against those strong winds. And as we just saw on the Bay Bridge, Elisa, they're allowing traffic now across. So that's telling us the winds are probably backing off a little bit, but use extra caution on the bridge. Drive slower and use two hands on the steering wheel. As we're seeing winds gusting over 30 miles per hour, close to 40 in Salisbury, 38 Indian River Inlet, 23 in Georgetown, 33 in Ocean City. Not as strong, those winds, as they were yesterday, but still very gusty now. 35 to 40 miles per hour, even gusting to 48 in Baltimore right now and 37 in Cambridge. We'll see those winds pretty much with us all day. 34 in Georgetown and Milton right now. It is much colder. We were in the mid 60s yesterday, so boy, a far cry from that. Temperatures have crashed behind a cold front, and we're feeling like 20s right now with the wind. 23 in Salisbury, 25 in Georgetown. Mostly clear skies. You see a little blips of white showing up. I wouldn't worry about that. There are some flurries downwind of the lakes and into the mountains, but we've got strong low pressure to the north, high pressure to the west. So funneling right in between, we have a strong pressure gradient and all that wind, and those winds are staying with us all day. This morning, it's cold, below freezing, and with the wind feeling much colder. It's only a slow climb through the 30s today. By 1 o'clock into the upper 30s, maybe some places touching 40, but a lot of us upper 30s and feeling much colder with the winds that should start to decrease as we go into the evening hours. So temperatures slowly climbing above freezing today into the upper 30s, but with those winds howling, it'll be feeling like 20s pretty much all day. So make sure you bundle up. Much more on the cold and that snow potential later Wednesday and Thursday, a little bit later in the newscast.
Hey Bob, and with the expected winter storm Wednesday into Thursday that Bob just mentioned, all of the information is on your screen right now that you need to know to stay informed. Be sure to listen to our radio stations, download our CoastTV First Alert Weather app, and follow our live updates. We are your source for this winter event. And with all the wind Delaware and Maryland are experiencing, there are outages. As of last night, crews for Delaware Cooperative have restored power to nearly 2,300 customers. The good news is the company says at this time there are no customers experiencing outages, and Delmarva Power says there are no customers on the Eastern Shore experiencing any outages. However, there are over 100 outages in northern Delaware and at least 150 in Maryland. And the National Weather Service is sharing these tips when driving in high winds. Give large trucks and trailers extra space, watch for downed tree branches and power lines that may have fallen into the roadway, and bridges and overpasses can be especially dangerous during high winds. And if you are driving today in Delaware and see a tree down, you can report them to DelDOT by calling pound 77. And in Maryland, there is a website with live updates on road closures as trees come down and are removed by MDOT. You can find that on chart.maryland.gov. And happening today, DelDOT is announcing lane closures related to the ongoing Millsboro bypass project. The agency says starting today, there will be nighttime lane closures on Route 113 near Oak Avenue, and those closures will take place between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. for the installation of underground pipes. Those closures are expected to finish on February 28th. And the Agricultural Department has issued a conditional license to a company to produce a bird flu vaccine for chickens. The vaccine maker is Zoetis, and a company spokesman says its scientists began updating its existing avian flu vaccine several years ago. The company previously developed vaccines for avian flu to protect California condors in 2023, and other countries have already vaccinated their birds against this virus. And over the past 2 months, the Delmarva Peninsula has faced a significant bird flu outbreak. Starting in December 2024, snow geese were found in Sussex County dead with the bird flu. And so far in 2025, Maryland confirmed multiple cases of bird flu, including one at a commercial broiler farm in Worcester County. And the Indian River School District is set to discuss their upcoming referendum. That referendum is looking for funding for operational costs and the recruitment and retention of staff. The district will be holding 3 meetings where you can find out more information. The first is on March 3rd at Lord Baltimore Elementary, the second on March 12th at Indian River High, and the third on the 13th at Sussex Central. Each meeting will begin at 7 p.m. and that referendum vote is scheduled for March 20th. And a list of re-entry events taking place in Georgetown. These events help people who are just coming out of prison. And CoastTV reporter Zakia Jennings takes us to one of those workshops and introduces us to one person who has thrived after using these services.
Georgetown's Probation and Parole Office works together with local organizations to help those who are just coming out of prison re-enter society. But before they get to this step, Kevin Cooper, re-entry coordinator and senior probation officer, says the re-entry process begins 6 months before someone is released.
We coordinate with community partners like The Way Home. We also put on a series of workshops at the Level 5 institutions that consist of a 6-month series that we do one a month.
This series prepares people to be released from prison, helping soon-to-be ex-inmates understand all of the responsibilities they'll have once they're released. Organizers like Paulette Rappa say re-entry work is crucial.
So re-entry is, and the programming that we offer is that bridge from inside to outside. And Mr. Cooper's strength was recognizing that the community partner is vital to bridge that gap.
Quintez Gross went through the workshops while he was at Sussex Correctional Institution. He now works with The Way Home as the house manager, guiding others toward a successful future. Gross says successful re-entry begins with your mindset.
I never get comfortable because I'm scared of being comfortable. Comfortability makes you go backwards. It all depends on how you look at the situation.
Re-entry programs like this are held every 2 weeks, with the next one being Thursday, February 27th. In Georgetown, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
And you can check out coasttv.com for more information on these services. And we are now taking a live look at the White House, and the president began mass firings, including employees with stellar performance reviews. And concerns rise as the Trump administration began firing thousands of people at multiple agencies on Thursday. According to union sources and employees familiar with the decision, it comes as President Donald Trump and Elon Musk accelerate their purge of America's federal bureaucracy. Termination emails have been sent to workers across the government at agencies such as the Department of Education, the Small Business Administration, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
This is just Elon Musk trying to come in and break things for the sake of breaking them.
This country has made more progress in the last 3 weeks than it's made in the last 4 years.
The move is sparking pushback and praise across the country as the president continues his mission to remake the government. And here's Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen's statement on those federal layoffs, saying in part, this is another clear example of idiocy over efficiency, and it's ultimately part of their effort to eliminate services for Americans in order to pay for tax cuts for the ultra-wealthy. And Delaware Senator Chris Coons also spoke about these federal layoffs. He said in part, the speed and forcefulness with which this is being done, I think will have secondary consequences, end quote. And we still have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, Milton moves on affordable housing. We'll tell you when officials are set to discuss the plan to bring more to the town. An adult program promotion will tell you how new equipment is improving an adult education program at Sussex Tech. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level, up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
.640 on this very windy Monday morning. You can see the effect of the wind on Old Glory on the gutter helmet cam. It is howling out there, 34 degrees. Those winds gusting in excess of, well, 40 miles per hour. We're looking at temperatures that are just above freezing now, around 33 to 35. But those wind speeds around 15 to 25 miles per hour. Even seeing gusts at 39 in Salisbury, 28 in Seaford, 36 in Indian River Inlet. 2 hands on the wheel. Be careful out there. It feels like 20 around 30 with the wind. And I am concerned about power outages with the strong winds, down trees, so be careful. If you see down power lines, do not drive over them. Find another route. That risk is high. Gusts of wind up to over 50 miles per hour, and the hazard is down trees on some of those power lines. Congratulations to Jim McKeegan from Dagsboro on winning a new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Bob and Sussex Tech Adult Education is expanding its heavy equipment operator apprenticeship program with the addition of a John Deere 184G 4-wheel drive loader. The new equipment will provide students with hands-on experience using industry standard machinery, and participants complete 144 hours of training per year and can earn a certificate. And affordable and workforce housing is back up for discussion in Milton this week. The Town Council unanimously voted to send a report to the Planning and Zoning Commission to figure out how to get more affordable housing in the town. Some ideas include working with a nonprofit housing developer and having an informational kiosk with resources. The people Coast TV spoke with say they're on the fence about more development, but one woman says the town does need more affordable housing.
I'm against it in the sense of these taking up all the farmland, etc., just to put these mini mansions in there. I think it makes more sense to help out the local folks who live here all the time.
Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission will meet on Tuesday to begin discussing that report. And coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, it's the EZAC Championships as Delmarva Christian takes on St. Peter and Paul in girls basketball at 3:30. Then at 5:30, Worcester Prep faces Delmarva Christian in boys basketball. And for a full recap of all that action, tune into the final score at 10:30. And for your exclusive DSN Plus lineup, along with the games we just mentioned, at 5:30, Kent Island will take on Cambridge South Dorchester in boys basketball. And it was another big weekend for movie awards with ceremonies being held on both sides of the Atlantic. David Daniel brings us up to speed in today's Hollywood Minute.
There is one sin which I have come to fear above all others. Certainty. If there was only certainty and no doubt, there would be no mystery.
Conclave won Best Film honors at the BAFTA Awards, often a precursor to the Oscars. The Vatican thriller received 4 awards from the British Academy, as did The Brutalist, including Best Actor for Adrian Brody and Best Director for Brady Corbet.
Your parents are gonna kill you.
I love my husband.
You do not know this guy.
We are consenting adults.
If you think this is gonna be allowed, you're dead wrong.
Do not touch me.
Honora star Mikey Madison beat out Demi Moore of The Substance for Best Actress at BAFTA, and the Writers Guild of America honored the film as well, giving Sean Baker its Original Screenplay Award. The WGA's Adapted Screenplay Trophy went to Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys. Both films are nominated in the same screenplay categories at the Academy Awards, which take place March 2nd. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We're seeing a churned up Delaware Bay on the Tullen Razor Cam, and for good reason, a gale warning there. We have a yellow alert for these very strong winds. Secure outdoor items, drive with caution, 2 hands on the wheel. A cold week ahead, and we're watching for that snow potential later Wednesday into Thursday. I'll have more on that coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Coast TV weather can be heard on Big 107.7.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
The weather is brought to you by Royal Plus. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make.
It starts small, just a drip. But when tragedy strikes, it doesn't wait for you to be ready. Whether it's a natural disaster or an everyday life mishap. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make. Royal Plus Disaster Cleanup. Visit us at royalplus.com to learn more.
The time is now 6:47. We're taking a live look outside at Laurel this morning. And Bob, we're dealing with the heavy winds, but that sunrise looks beautiful this morning. I know it's not going to be as warm as yesterday, sadly, but the winds will dial down a little bit.
It will. And, you know, those warm temperatures will come back eventually, Elisa. They will. The days are getting longer. We had a little taste yesterday with temperatures in the mid-60s. Those days are done for a while. We're looking at windy conditions today, much colder, winds gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour, feeling like 20s with the winds. And make sure you scan the QR code right there. It's important to have the Coast TV weather app, especially when the weather gets active. We're looking at snow later Wednesday and Thursday. Just to how much of a degree of this snow will be significant is still kind of up in the air. Latest models are trending south with the snow, which would mean lower snowfall amounts for us. Stay tuned. More on that coming up. 33 in Seaford over to Milton, 34 in Georgetown, Ocean City 35, 34 in Bethany Beach. We were in the mid-60s yesterday, so we've dropped precipitously since yesterday as we're seeing these strong winds, 15 to 30 miles per hour, gusting to 39 in Salisbury, 34 Indian River Inlet, 25 in Millsboro, 23 in Georgetown, Ocean City, gusting over 30. So that's knocking the feels like temperatures down into the 20s right now. So make sure you bundle up out there and bundle up the kids. The cold weather is back after yesterday's warmth. We're looking at mostly clear skies right now. It looks like some flurries trying to get going on a radar, but I wouldn't worry about that. We're mainly clear. Any kind of flurries are into the mountains or downwind of Lake Erie right now. It's very cold Arctic air blowing in. We have low pressure moving away, high pressure building in from the west, so it's a pressure gradient in between those that's driving those strong winds, but it's Arctic high pressure across the plains. A little bit of snow into the northern high plains. I'm not worried about that. But the big system we're watching for later in the week is now moving into California with lots of rain, snow, and wind for them. So futurecast this morning, we're in the lower 30s. You can see the yellow and red arrows indicating those very strong winds in excess of 40 miles per hour. So 2 hands on the wheel. Really be careful out there. By noon, we're into the mid 30s and then probably around 38 around 4:30 in Millsboro, 37 Ellendale, 38 in Delmar, and with the winds feeling like 20s. Maybe some places touching 40 degrees, but a lot of us stuck in the 30s. And then tonight, it's going to be cold. By tomorrow morning, dipping way down into the 20s and feeling colder with the wind. I think we do get into the 30s again tomorrow and then down into the 20s tomorrow night. Then here come the clouds increasing Wednesday morning with temperatures into the teens and then very cold into the afternoon with mid to upper 20s. And this model's not showing hardly any snow at 6:30, which is a little interesting. More on that coming up. But gusty winds, 35, 45 miles per hour this morning, starting to back off as we go into tonight, but still breezy and cold as we go into Tuesday. I have shifted the heavy snow farther to the south as low pressure looks like it's tracking farther south. So it's possible we could be looking at a high impact storm with travel disruptions, but it looks like lower accumulations now across Delmarva as the system is tracking farther south. Will it stay that way? Sometimes the models are a little fickle with that, but maybe the heaviest snow, southern Delmarva back through eastern Virginia, and just kind of a glancing blow for us, maybe the heaviest of the snow, southeast Sussex and into coastal Delaware and Maryland. And then looks like that system moves off later Thursday. So here's the potential for snow, maybe 1 to 3 inches across Sussex County with higher amounts to the south. Maybe more with time, maybe less. We'll just have to continue to watch the system. 39 today on this President's Day, a windy one. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 34 on Tuesday. We do have a code red now for that snow later Wednesday and Thursday. I think probably less than 6 inches is likely now. We'll continue to watch it. 28 Wednesday, 30 on Thursday, and then warming up into the 40s this weekend with a mix of sun and clouds.
Bob, Millsboro police will continue trying to identify these 2 suspects on your screen. Officers say individuals took packages from a home in February 11th without permission. They are asking anyone who recognizes them to call the Millsboro Police Department. And Delaware State Police will continue investigating shots fired in Kent County. Troopers responded to a home on Crowberry Drive in Felton Saturday afternoon and found the home had been hit with 2 bullets, causing interior damage. No one was inside the home at the time and no injuries were reported, and anyone with information is urged to contact authorities. And now to a new scam alert by Delaware Electric Cooperative. Members are reporting fake calls and even in-person visits from scammers posing as co-op employees. The scammers claim to be discussing supply charges and even provide fake case numbers. DEC says if you receive a call or someone comes to your home, do not share any information and check out your account and call DEC directly. And the time is now 6:52, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day. And today's coastal pet of the day is a dog who's not enjoying the snow. Come on, Bob. On your screen right now is Penny. As you can see, Penny is sporting a fierce pout as she looks at the cold, icy snow on the ground. I don't blame her. But we have some bad news for Penny. There could be some more this week, maybe not that much, but Penny was submitted to us by Teresa in Pocomoke, and we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen, scan your QR code at the top of your screen, and submit your furry friend to Coast TV News. Then, of course, watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
Ah, poor Penny. She's got the little booties on, so she should be fine in the snow. Cute little dog there. High winds continue. A few clouds on the Bay Health Camp, 32 in Milford. We have the yellow alert continuing for the strong winds. Secure your outdoor items. Drive with caution. A cold week ahead. And watching for some snow later Wednesday into Thursday. Still don't know how much yet. Your 10-day forecast is coming up next.
Other companies use fiberglass insulation in their crawl spaces. But home performance experts, like FLC Energy, know that something like cotton candy isn't the right product for this application. FLC's continuous spray foam system seals out the smallest cracks, blocking out moisture, pests, and it maintains an average temperature of about 70 degrees year-round. So ask yourself, do you think cotton candy is going to carry its weight in your crawl space? Or do you want a system that's built to last a lifetime?
To learn more about FLC Energy, visit Delmarva experts on WBOC.com.
The Harry K Foundation presents its annual chocolate crawl on Saturday, April 26th in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Enjoy delectable chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now. You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
It is now 6:55, and here are the things you need to know before you go. With all the wind, Delaware and Maryland are experiencing, there are power outages. As of last night, crews for Delaware Cooperative have restored power to nearly 2,300 customers. The good news is the company says at this time no customers are experiencing any outages, and Delmarva Power says there are no customers on the Eastern Shore experiencing power outages. And happening today, Delta is announcing lane closures related to the ongoing Millsboro Bypass project. The agency says starting today there will be nighttime lane closures on Route 113 near Oak Avenue, and the closures will take place between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. for the installation of underground pipes, and those closures are expected to finish on February 28th. And it is now 6:56. We're going to bring back in Bob, take a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door, and I will tell you, be prepared for that wind when you head out the door.
And hold on to that door as you open that door, Lisa, because it might go flying open with winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour this morning. I think they back off this afternoon, but still gusts at 35 to 45 into the afternoon. And it's cold. Temperatures in the upper 30s to right around 40, but feeling colder with the wind. It is a yellow alert on this President's Day. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 34 on Tuesday. Then we do have a code red later Wednesday into Thursday. As of now, I'm thinking less than 6 inches of snow, a few inches of snow, definitely possible later Wednesday into Thursday. It's going to be cold regardless. 28 Wednesday, 30 on Thursday. Friday it clears out 38. Then the weather pattern does start to calm down, warming through the 40s over the weekend with partly cloudy skies, and then looking pleasant into early next week with 40s and low 50s, a mix of sun and clouds and no big storms.
That sounds great, Bob. Well, thank you so much for joining us here for Coast TV News Today. The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m. Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11. And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great morning.